Okay, so this week's episode of Fairy Tale uh, was kind of equal in both good parts and bad parts. The best parts right off the bat are the dragons. The dragons are finally here, and my god, the feeling of their immense size and strength and threat is there. The minute they walk in from the portal, boom, they are there. They may have a presence. And my god, is it actually horrifying. They definitely look like the kind of thing you should be afraid of. They are massive. Just walking, just taking a few steps shakes the entire city, probably the entire earth. You know, just spreading their wings and flying just blows buildings away. It's just, they are immense, both in size and strength. And really, at times the animation on them looks kind of choppy, like they're kind of moving like all stiff like, but I understand larger creatures are hard to animate to make them flow more naturally, but that's not really what's important. It's the threat they pose to the world, and it's definitely there. And even when they start attacking everything, and all the fairy tales mages and all the other guild mages start, you know, attacking them, some of them do have good strategies to attack them. Some of them do get defeated or pushed back, and the threat is becoming more and more prevalent, so that's good. And that was from probably the second half of the episode, and I like that. All of that was good. The first half was the part where I started thinking, I don't really know how to think about this. Because at first, Lucy immediately says we gotta close the portal, and her eyes aren't dead like they were in the last episode. So I'm wondering what the whole point of that was. It almost seemed like she was being controlled, but no, it's just, I guess, to make it more suspenseful. But it just seemed kind of weird. Like, why waste our time making us think she's being controlled? Who knows? Apparently, she figured out that it was a portal for the dragons to come in through, because 400 years ago, it wasn't just Zareth that was alive, it was also the dragons, which we should have already knew that. But this is where it starts getting kind of confusing for me, anyway, because she says, oh yeah, that old man clock, or old man clock guy, or crucifix guy, I don't know what his name is, just barely finished at the last minute his analysis on the portal and told Lucy what was going on. It's like, when did you have him do that? You know, it just seemed kind of like sloppy writing just to have Lucy know everything that's going on. And then as soon as the dragons start coming out, I'm also thinking, like, wait, how did the dragons know where the portal was? How did the dragons know to go through the portal? And just, did Future Rogue go in the past, tell the dragons to wait here, soon a portal will open here for you to go into the future and destroy everybody? And then go all the way back just to go back and get everyone to open the portal? Or did the dragons just wait around for, like, something to happen? Like, they just sleep in, is like a portal opens up, it's like, oh look, something to do, let's go through it. It's like, how are the dragons coming through, and how do they know where they're gonna end up? But again, we need to get the dragons in here, so just write whatever you can to just get them here and start being a threat. But then I'm thinking, like, okay, they're slowly coming through the portal in a line. And I'm looking at the soldiers, it's like, guys, do you maybe kind of like want to close the door? I mean, just, you know, get all the guys and just start pushing the doors closed. I mean, can't you guys do that? And they even have Lucy's like, Lucy, the lever over there, you know, you just gotta pull it, you know, the lever all the way over there next to those 10 other soldiers that can probably move it for you, but you have to be the one to run all the way over there and pull the lever. And they kind of like say, like, oh no, you need to have celestial spirit power to actually move the lever. And they're like, okay, fine, celestial spirit power, I guess that means Lucy is the only one who closed the portal. But then the way they close the portal is having the spirits push the doors closed. Just like I thought, it's like, did we really need celestial power to close the doors? It looked like all you were doing is pushing it. You could have had all the soldiers just push the doors. Apparently all the soldiers are busy being afraid and looking at the princess, who was also crying, like, oh my god, I destroyed everyone. It's like, snap out of it. You know your kingdom's in trouble. Tell your soldiers to do something. I don't know, close the doors. But either way, like I said, the first half was the part where I was just like questioning why stuff is happening, how things ended up this way, and why some people aren't doing what they should be doing. But it's all made up for in the second half, where all the dragons are attacking and destroying and fighting against the mages. Like I said, the dragons are obviously the best part, and it ends with Natsu apparently somehow getting all the way to the top of a tower, just barely finishing his fight with Future Rogue. He should be tired and worn out, you know. Have someone heal your wounds first. Go to Wendy, you know. I'm sure the dragons and Future Rogue are still gonna be there, you know, get a little bit better. But either way, I'm pretty much sure that's gonna be next episode. Just Natsu finding a way to get on top of a dragon and fight Future Rogue. And I don't think it's gonna end that well. I think it's gonna be defeated again, and he's gonna has to have his wounds healed before he can fight him a third time. But either way, like I said, this was a decent episode. It was made decent by the dragons. The dragons are clearly the best part. Just their look, their power, their threat, their size, everything about them. Just having them in this episode, fantastic. I want to see more of the dragons. The first half, I was just more like, why is this happening? Yeah. But that's fine. It was worth all it for the dragons. The dragons. I love the dragons. You can tell by my name. I love the dragons. But either way, great episode. Can't wait for next one. I hope there's more dragons in the next one. And yeah, that's it. I'm Tony Dragon. Bye.